What is up, ladies and gentlemen, Cjthecheesedj here, and we're back with another top 5 video, and today we are taking a look at top 5 creatures you should bring with you on cave runs. Now, this is a very difficult list because obviously most of the caves throughout the multiple maps of Ark have different size fittings and whatnot, so we've tried to make it as best as possible so that we can bring creatures that obviously fit into all cave sizes. So you'll find that the creatures on this list are capable of fitting into most of the caves on all the Ark maps. However, there are some caves that will prevent these creatures from entering, but there is one creature in particular that you can bring with you to all these caves. Alrighty, so let's get onto the list. So coming in at number 5, we have the Direwolf. Now this guy is one of the, obviously that's the reason he's on this list, one of the best guys to bring with you into caves. Now the good part about this is that you can bring them in packs, so they obviously get the pack boost. We don't have the packs here, but these guys are capable of shredding the minions and enemy dinos down here. You can easily kill them. Now as well as that, if you are in a pack, you will obviously get the attack boost, the health boost, and the alpha boost. So do take that into mind, and in terms of taming, these guys aren't too difficult to tame. Simple bowler and trank arrow tames, and that's pretty much all there is to tame these guys up. Now you can see here that this guy is on about half health. That is because he hasn't actually got any levels into him yet. You can see there he's got 4 levels available, but these guys regenerate health really quickly too, a lot faster than other carnivores do. You can see his health regenerating rather quickly there. It's going up. I don't know if it's from the food, but you can see that, there we go, now it's stopped from the food. You can see it's going up by 1 point something every, second, which is a really good rate of health regeneration. Now, as well as that, these guys do get a decent amount of melee damage, and their weight is okay solidly as well. Now you can see here there is the health thing on the corpse of the Urania. You actually get a little bit of a health boost from that as well. You can see our health is slightly boosted in terms of recovering, I mean. But like, there's nothing really wrong with these guys. Now these guys are also really good at gathering chitin, however they aren't the best. So do take that into mind when you plan on, needing chitin. Bring a Direwolf into the cave with you and you'll easily be able to tame these creatures. Now you can see here that we have currently blinded and we are taking a crap ton of damage from everything, but the Direwolf is holding up. The only downside to this, and the reason why they are so high on this list, is because they don't have the ability to wield a saddle. There's no saddle for these guys, so you're not able to actually reduce the amount of damage these guys take aside from being in a pack and having the relationship boost. So that's why the Direwolves are number 5 on this list. Now at number 4 we have the Sabertooth. You can see him there, he's taking a bit of damage from these guys. Now these guys are a number 4 on this list. They're slightly higher than the Direwolf because of their ability to wield the saddle. Now they do actually deal less damage than the Direwolves. They also don't get the pack boost like the Direwolves do, which I have no idea why. They really need that pack boost. I don't understand why, but anyway, essentially you can still bring them in with a mate boosted pair, and you can easily still tank the whole cave rather easily. Now obviously you can see there that we are taking reduced damage in comparison to what we were taking on the Direwolf. However, we are still taking a bit of damage. However, the reason that the Sabertooth is higher than the Direwolf is because you can get the higher tiered saddles. So you can obviously get the Apprentice saddles, you can get the Mastercraft saddles that give extra armor for the Sabertooth. However, in terms of damage, he does still lack the amount of damage that the Direwolf does. However, he does gather more chitin, and in my opinion is faster than the Direwolf. So there is that also to take into consideration when you're deciding on whether one you want to bring in with you. But both these guys do have a pack, well, they don't have a pack boost, sorry. They both have been upgraded with the TLC. The Sabertooth not so much, it just got a rework model. But the Direwolf does have the extra abilities, but it all comes down to personal preference. This was a very tough decision to come to in terms of placing the Direwolf 5th and the Sabertooth 4. Honestly, I could switch them around, and like I said, it just comes down to your guys' personal opinion. Whether you value power over armor, or whether you value armor over power. So it all comes down to your personal decision. But that is why the Sabertooth is number 4 on this list. And coming in at number 3, we have the Gigantopithicus. Now, hands down, this guy is definitely better than the Direwolf and the Sabertooth. Obviously, because you have the ability to chuck helmets on it, which actually increases the amount of armor it has. So you can see here we currently have a flak one on our Gigantic Ape, so that actually gives him 100 armor, which is crazy. Now these guys also have higher base stats than the Direwolf and the Sabertooth. The obvious downside is that you can't gather as much chitin and whatnot with the Gigantopithecus as you can with the Direwolf and Sabertooth. However, these guys still have the ability to jump, they still hit just as hard, and you can still gather up their corpses. You can see here once we kill some of these guys, their actual bodies will drop. But you can see how much damage these guys are doing to us. 9 damage, 7 damage. They're absolutely doing nothing to us. We are wrecking their faces off like there is no tomorrow. Now you can see the Onyx corpse in front of us. You're still able to gather the corpses. You just have to hit his fiber gathering skill. As soon as these... There we go. Let's do it now. There we go. Did we get it? I don't know if we got it. These guys are just all over us. But you can see we're still on half health. And we're just taking absolutely no damage whatsoever. The only downside you have to worry about is obviously bringing spare helmets for these guys, otherwise they will die a very painful quick death. However, do take into mind that you can easily get these guys up to 4k, 5k health, and their melee damage can easily get in the high 100s. This is only a level 100 tame. If you were to tame a level 150, just imagine the destructive capabilities you will have underground in these caverns. Now, as well as that, like I said, they have the ability to jump, so if you don't feel like taking them on that day, well, you can just jump over them. As well as that, it's also really good for navigating caves that have molten lava as their floor. You can see the cave floor underneath us. If we fell in there, well, let's just say that would be a very bad decision to bring with us. Now, as well as that, you'll see shortly later on, there's another creature that will be on this list that you can actually utilize with the gigantic ape. Essentially, what you would do is whistle for the other creature to follow you, bring the oh god, okay. Get the gigantic ape to actually launch you across to the platform that you need to go if their artifact is far away or high up, and it can actually fly off with that particular mount. Alrighty, so let's get into number 2. Coming in at number 2, we have the Daedon. Now, this guy is essentially the direwolf Sabertooth mixed into one big baddie, and he has the added ability of being able to heal himself. He has the added ability of being able to heal himself. You can see there, we're able to heal ourselves over time, pretty much negating all the damage that these creatures are doing to us. So you've essentially got yourself an invincible mount. Now, I can guarantee you that any damage you take down here while on a Daedon, the Daedon will easily be able to out-heal it. You can see there, we're easily able to out-heal all this damage. And, you know, we've only got a primitive saddle on, so he's still taking regular damage. But, you know, these guys can easily get the higher tier saddles as well. And you can easily tank all the creatures located in the caves with a Daedon and easily neutralize them with relative ease, because you're obviously going to have the healing boost, and these guys are essentially the same size as direwolves and Sabertooths, slightly larger, but they are able to fit inside of most caves. We have tested this on multiple caves across the island and Ragnarok, so these guys do fit in multiple caves, and that is why these guys are such a great tame. Now, you can easily pair a Daedon with your Sabertooth or your direwolf when you bring him in, so you can obviously farm the extra chitin that you would get from him, because obviously the Daedon does not gather as much chitin as those two. But, you know, you can still use him to heal, even damage. He easily hits as hard as the direwolves do, and that is why the Daedon is number 2 on this list. And finally, the final creature on this list at number 1 is the Vulture. Now, bear with me, let me explain. This guy is hands down a portable direwolf. It can even get up to a portable Rex if you pump its melee damage high enough, and if you get a high enough leveled tame Vulture. Now, you can see him attacking on our shoulder, and we've literally just been we've literally just been attacked by a huge amount of Onyx, and this little Vulture on our shoulder has literally just killed them all. Now, this guy is technically a 150 tame, so he is at 225, and he does have a few levels on him. Let's pump his melee damage up a little bit more. You saw there he was hitting 72s on the Onyx. We just need to find some more creatures to be able to kill, just to showcase to you what the Vulture is capable of. But this guy is absolutely insane. Now, the reason I'm saying so is because you can essentially carry this guy on your shoulder, ride a mount, and he will shred anything in its path. You'll see here shortly where there is a bunch of other creatures waiting for us, that the Vulture will just absolutely wreck them. Now, the only downside to this is that you obviously either have to be standing or be on a mount and take the damage, but you'll see here that the Vulture is actually attacking all the creatures in its vicinity. Now, it is dealing 75 damage, which, you know, obviously isn't much, but it is easily on par with the direwolf and the Sabertooth, so you can essentially buff yourself even more, having 2 sets of damage come out from your mount. You can see that he's just killed his first Onyx. All the Onyx around us are bloody. The Scorpion in front of us is bloody. This guy hits like a truck. You can see the direwolf is coming in. You'll actually see that he does 83 damage. So the Vulture is not that far off a direwolf's damage, and it is crazy how powerful these guys can get. You breed them selectively in melee damage, and you'll easily have yourself dudes capable of taking out the entire cave by themselves. You'll see here shortly if the Dio attacks us, and he falls. Oh god, we're dead. So now the Vulture will die, obviously, because we're in lava. And the best thing about, oh my god, what is going on? The best thing about the Vulture is that he actually doesn't take health damage while being on your shoulder and dinos are attacking. So you do have to take that into mind as well. If you do happen to fall into a pit of lava, however, well, he'll definitely die there. You can see there the Vulture is dead. We are stuck in this lava. We cannot get out. That'll conclude today's video, guys. I don't know if you can see me. I can't even see me. But hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, oh my god, we look like a spawn of Satan. Jesus Louises, that's scary. If you guys like this video, don't forget to leave a like down below and subscribe for more. But if you didn't enjoy the list, make sure to let me know down below. Let me know what you'd substitute in for the dinos that I said. But other than that, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.